Hey everybody, hope everyone's having a good day wherever you are. People, they want you to fail, don't they? You know the type of people, the narcissist, people with narcissistic tendencies, narcissistic attributes, whatever. You know the people, the controlling, jealous type. They always come around you with like a face of good intention and care. But boy, when you start doing the work, when you start knocking on that door of reality, higher consciousness, your connection to the creator, boy, things are exposed. You are now on that elevator riding up. You're on that plane, that balloon rising, and you have been allowed that higher perspective to see the world and to see people for their true colors. This world is going to give you stronger intuition, and you'll be able to see through what you couldn't see before. You'll see through that veil. It's lifting. And now you're going to notice the enemy dwelled so close to you. And as soon as you start ascending, you start connecting with your creator, and whatever evil resides here, the yang and yin of this world, the dark side, it'll pick the people closest to you to come and attack. They definitely make themselves known. Perhaps they've always been making themselves known, but you had that veil pulled over your eyes. But now you can see what's really going on. But this great, wonderful place, as you ascend, has a higher purpose for you. You are on a road and a path. It's the right path, the righteous path, the path of abundance and closeness to your higher power. Now, you're just a chosen few. Not everybody's knocking on the door for truth. You've been doing the work, you've been putting yourself out there to learn and get closer to your higher power. Now the door's open and the higher power is allowing you through. And that doesn't happen for everybody. So you want to make the good choice of doing the right thing for yourself, because you're being called and allowed, and you're being asked to answer that call. But you're going to latch on to this dark world that's out here. You have to let it go. And these narcissistic type people that have now been exposed to you, they can't come through that door. You're going to be holding on to them, wondering what's going on, why they're being ripped from you. Because this higher consciousness has a path for you that is abundant in a way that you don't understand. It's an abundance with the closeness to the higher power. It's abundance with being cared for and taken on the road and path that's going to nurture yourself to your higher good. So make sure you're answering that call. Make sure you're opening and pulling open that door. Put your foot through, because you don't want that door to close. You don't want it to be like, hey, you're not answering it, we're going to close it till you're ready again. You're not ready. No, you want to take that opportunity, because it's happening for a reason. But you're going to want to hold on to that past. You're going to go hold on to that narcissist. Unfortunately, some of us can't release the narcissist. But this higher power is going to come through, remove the hands, and say, now they're gone. we made sure to put them away. That is some dark stuff. And they're gonna they're not treating you well because they know you're the light. They know you carry that light. They see it. You've been doing the work. So it's going to be removed. So when that hand comes loose, when your hands are removed, don't don't think too long on stepping through the door and going through to the other side. Man, because if you stay and you try not to go through, that narcissism, that evil that tries to manipulate, control, and to destroy, it's not going to change. It's not going to change. They can't change. They're not capable of understanding how to change. Something dark has a hold of some people, and when you do the work, man, don't wait too long to walk through that door. You gotta take that chance that you're relying on your higher power, your higher source to feed you health, wealth, abundance, love, care, direction, path, and you don't want to hesitate on those things. Man, you know where you were with those dark people. You know where you were. I knew somebody that was very close to me, and man, the minute I really dove into the work, they were they were removed so quickly. And I didn't want to let go at first. And then I came to my senses and I said, wow, this person was up to no good. They're not treating themselves very well. They're not treating their body very well. They're not treating their mind very well. They were the type of person that would go to church one day and then maybe 2 years later go again, but always talk like church was something they wanted to do, but they couldn't stay in it. And just recently, they came around and, they were like, hey, you want to smoke some marijuana? I said, no, not into that. Now, I'm not putting down people who smoke, but you got to put it in context of the situation. This is somebody that never really did that I knew of. So I said no. And then they were like, come on, try this one. Try that. You might like it. And right away, I saw like what was happening, that manipulation, that possibly they had some guilt within themselves for doing something like that, but they wanted to drag me into it. Unbelievable. It's just in the context. If if you're doing that, you're doing that. But this person was really out of character. Because it was so out of character, I could see through the illusion of what was really happening. There was a manipulation going on to drag me out of my path, and the chosen path. I didn't, I didn't quite get what was happening years ago, but that was possibly always manipulation going on with this person to keep me deviated from my higher self. I've, I'm glad I said no. I'm glad I was able to see that and walk away. I'm glad I was able to use that higher power and that sense that was bestowed upon me, which will be bestowed upon you, and you continue down the road of of greatness. You know, you keep yourself healthy, strong. You know, connected to your source, and Do what's best. Do what's right. Do what you know is going to keep you on the road to connection, because that's the thing that's happening here, folks. Everything is being separated now. I don't want to get biblical, but I think all religions have some sort of connection, but you know, things are being separated. So what side are you going to say you're on, and be able to say it with honesty and truth, without denial, without fooling yourself or fooling others? What side are you on? You're being a, you're being called. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. I appreciate all the subscribers. You guys are wonderful. Everyone else is still super wonderful. You're all beautiful, guys. Stay true to yourselves. Stay true to the path. Till next time. Love you guys. Take care.